Tony to the stage. Oh, grab a seat.
Hello, I'm Patrick. I'm the second born child. Growing up, I got nothing but hand-me-down clothes. That became a problem when I outgrew my sister. My skirts were so short I was called a slut. And I'm lucky to be here tonight. When I was 4, I was almost trampled and killed by a cow. The last second, my grandfather scared the cow off its course and saved my life. I'm a comedian now mainly to share why I wish he'd minded his own business. And because of my sub-ocean floor self-esteem, I've always had trouble getting dates. But years ago, I figured out how to solve my non-existent love life problem. I joined the seminary to become a priest. Because I'm a real man. And real men run and hide from their problems. I learned that valuable lesson at an early age watching my dad hide for hours from my mom in my clubhouse. But I could then claim that I was choosing celibacy rather than admit that I couldn't get a date at a Sexaholic Anonymous meeting. When I showed up, there was a 12-step miracle. They were all cured. We had this monthly meeting. It was entitled Chastity Brings Joy. I said, well, why is nobody smiling? Of course I knew why, because chastity brings joy to bars, not the seminary. I left the seminary. I'm single. It's hard being single. People always ask me, when are you going to meet yourself a good woman? Well, I got tired of that and I said, maybe I just want to meet a sleazy tramp. You ever think about that, Mom? I tried computer dating, a site called dysfunctionalmatch.com. The featured profile caught my eye. Codependent addict seeks man who thrives in an unhealthy relationship. So I decided to try it. I met a woman who has multiple personality disorder, but none of them liked me. Finally, as a comedian, I need to always have material ready. Some of y'all might be thinking, well, where's your material, buddy? But it's the same for me in real life. At a bar, I asked a woman if I could join her at her table, and she said yes. I was completely unprepared for that answer. I realized I've got no material ready for this. So I ended up having to just say goodnight and leave. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight, and I'm going to leave. And I'm Patrick, and thank y'all for being a great audience.
Patrick and Tony, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for him. Come on.
Hello. I pulled my chest muscle this morning. I stretched down too far to wash my feet. I'm 50. It seems like just yesterday I was 49. Where does all the time go? My friends always tell me, you're only as old as you think you are. I think I'm 50. There's 50 places that crack when I move. I can't bend down to wash my feet. I can't lift them up because I'll fall over. So I have to sit in a chair. That's how I pulled the muscle. I tried to be a man this morning and wash my feet without a chair. I'm lucky to be here tonight, really. When I was 4, I came very close to being trampled and killed by a cow. My grandfather scared the cow off at the last second, saved my life. Looking back at the past 46 years, I wish he would have minded his own business. I'm the second born child, and it was really tough growing up because I got nothing but hand-me-down clothes. Y'all might be thinking, well, what's so tough about that? Well, I was called a slut because my skirts got so short after I outgrew my sister. But I fired back. I heard some things about you too, Grandma. I work with adults with intellectual disabilities. But I myself am right on the borderline. I wouldn't have to slide too much further down the IQ scale to go from staff to client. Some of the higher functioning adults will ask me sometimes, "You are staff, right?" I'll think about it a couple seconds and say yes. That's one of the reasons I'm glad I work there. You know, if I blow a few more brain cells, I have a good connection. But there's my dad on the other hand, who's very smart and who's a successful doctor. But he doesn't think badly of me not being successful because he knows that some people are meant to be non-achievers. You know, even though my life is empty and meaningless, I fulfill my purpose very well. Last thing, I love going to funerals because I know at least one other person can't get a date. That's it for me. Thank you. All are good audience. Thank you.